What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? Coach Cole back with you guys once again for another week of the Sports Frenzy. Coming at you, another early edition of Sports Frenzy due to all the March Madness going on. So, we got another early show for you guys this week, which means some of my information might not be quite as up to date as you guys are used to. But all in all, you just know we got March Madness action going on, and everybody's paying more attention to that. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. How's everybody's brackets doing? Mine pretty much is kind of blown at this point, except I have Michigan going all the way, so Michigan can still win it all for me. But yeah, they're one of my only teams still standing. But yeah, brackets have been a mess this year, so I don't feel like the only one. Anyway, a lot of great games going on in March Madness. A lot of good ball playing. That is what I like to see. A lot of good games, a lot of great ball playing this year. So awesome games so far, and I've caught pretty much as many of them as I can. So super excited about action continuing. When you watch this, when some of you watch this, the action will already be done for the first night. Thursday night is when action begins. For others watching this, we're doing some of my groups. My group is going to be watching this for Thursday, so we catch first round action because we have in services Friday. Unlike you guys, my friends over at Laura Haviland, who will be watching this as their regularly scheduled programming and time. So, yes. As far as that goes, I think we'll go into last week's. Get the recap out for you guys. All my Laura Haviland friends, sorry I was delayed a day on your sheets. With my birthday falling on St. Patrick's Day, family had me busy pretty much all weekend long, so that's the reason for your delay of your sheets. I'll try and not let that happen again. No promises. Anyway, we'll go through last week's picks. This week we'll be doing Season 8, Episode 22. But we're recapping episode 21 right now. So let's get to it. And we started with our March Madness basketball action. That was a first round action to begin the whole tournaments. And we started with our South region. How about that UMBC knocking off number 1 seed Virginia 74-54. Everybody was wondering, are they going to be the Cinderella team of the year? Anyway, big, huge first round for them. After that, not so much. Kansas State, number 9 seed Kansas State, knocking off number 8 Creighton. 69-59 was your score there. In a tough game, going to overtime, number 7 Nevada knocks off number 10 Texas in a heartbreaker of a game, 87-83 in overtime. And number 2 Cincinnati getting it done against number 15 Georgia State, 68-53. Then we moved into the Eastern region, where we had number 5 West Virginia taking it to number 12 Murray State, 85-68. And then we had number 13 seed Marshall taking out number 4 Wichita State, 81-75. And number 10, Butler, getting it done against number 7 Arkansas, 79 to 62. 79 to 62 is your final score there. Number 4 Purdue getting the win over number 15 Cal State, 74 to 48. Jumping to Midwest region action, we have number 5 Clemson beating number 12 New Mexico State, 79 to 68. And then we had your first 3-point bonus game. We have number 4 Auburn knocking off number 13 Charleston, 62 to 58. And your next game ended up being number 6th ranked TCU playing number 11 ranked Syracuse. Syracuse knocking off number 6 TCU. 57 to 52 was your final score there. MSU, number 3 MSU, getting the win over number 14 Bucknell, 82 to 78. But as of this show, MSU is done. In Western Region action, we have number 1 Xavier getting the win over number 16 Texas, 102 to 83. In your second 3-point bonus game, we had number 9 Florida State taking down number 8 Missouri, 67 to 54. And your bonus 3-point bonus game, we had number 7 Texas A&M beating number 10 Province, 73 to 69 was your final score there. And your last March Madness men's basketball action that we had for you this past week, we have number 2 North Carolina knocking off number 15 Lipscomb, 84 to 66 was your final there. Then we moved into minor league hockey action, where the Grand Rapids Griffins get it done against the Ice Hogs, 4 to 3. We got the Toledo Walleye taking on the Quad City Mallards and beating them 3 to 2. NHL hockey action. We got the Red Wings falling again to the Anaheim Ducks, 4 to 2. But the St. Louis Blues get it done against the New York Rangers, 4 to 3. Moving into college baseball action, we have Keystone taking it to Adrian, 12 to 9 is your final score there. Hillsdale College getting a huge win over Elderson Brodus, 15 to 1 was your final score there. And the Go Blue boys, Go Blue! Michigan getting it done against Bowling Green, 8 to 6. And your final men's college baseball game, we got Butler getting the win over Western Michigan, 3 to 0 is your final score there. And if you follow NASCAR action with us, the race this week, your number 1 winner was Martin Truex Jr. Number 2 was Kyle Larson. And number 3 was my guy that gave me a point, Kyle Busch. That means if you picked the first place, second place, or third place winner, you got a point for the race. So congratulations goes out to those guys. According to my calculations, this week's winners coming from the Laura Haviland program, I had Ben Smith getting the win, 21 points out of 29 points for him. And teachers, I had Mr. Boring getting the win, tying the same score, 21 wins and 29 wins out of 21 wins out of 29 possible points. So congratulations goes out to you two. And that does it for this week's recap portion of this show. Once again, guys, for this week's show, I am drinking on the show some wonderful lemonade. As March Madness continues, we march into Season 8, Episode 22 of the Sports Frenzy. And again, we are not doing Facebook Live this week due to the early shooting of the show. And so this week will be the final show for a couple weeks. Next week begins... Next week is Good Friday and begins spring break for the schools, for my schools. So Sports Frenzy will be back later in April. All right, so we are continuing on with March Madness craziness. We are down to the Sweet 16, folks. And as of this recording, depending when you're watching it, my Haviland friends will be watching it on Friday. My other classroom friends, in my room particularly, will be watching it right now. And so, you guys, the reason the show is being shot early is so we can watch the Sweet 16 Action Day 1. But by the time you friends at Laura Haviland watch the program, the games that are on here will be into Day 2 of the Sweet 16 action. And that's what games are on the sheet this week to start us off with. Our survivors. All right, we're going to start you off here. As we continue on with men's college basketball. Looking forward to some more great games. I feel like overall the games have been pretty exciting already this season. So a lot of good action games between both teams. A lot of heart and a lot of ball being played. So I'm liking what I've seen so far, and I've taken in as many games as I possibly can. And I know, so it won't be as nice for my Laura Haviland friends, but I will be able to stay up. Well, by the time you watch this, I'll have stayed up and watched the Michigan game. Because with my in-service on Friday, I don't have to work quite as hard as I normally would if I was helping my kiddos. So I'm going to stay up and watch the game. But they play Thursday, so my Haviland friends will already know the results from the Michigan game, because we know they're going to win. Go Blue! Go Blue, man in the gear. Wolverines getting it done. Remember, I have the Wolverines as the overall winner for this year in my bracket. But these are our Sweet 16 games, Day 2. As we move on, we have the number 1 seeded Kansas. They have 29 wins and 7 losses. And they are playing the number 5 seeded Clemson. Clemson has 25 wins and 9 losses. This is a Friday night game, 7:07 p.m. You can watch it, and it is on CBS. It's getting down to the wire now. I should pull up my bracket and see if I actually had any of these teams actually moving on here. So as to align things with my. I did my bracket on CBS Sports app. This app you can get on your Android phone or your iPhones if you have a phone. So I just want to check out my bracket real quick here. Bracket games. So my East Side bracket still doesn't look too bad. My Midwest bracket. Ooh, I had Kansas moving on. So I guess I better go on here with Kansas. Our second game of the night. And it is your first. Let's sing it together. It's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first three-point bonus game. Come on, everybody, sing it with me. 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. This one I think is going to turn out to be pretty good. We have at this point, they're all really pretty good. You know, I could have probably made almost every game on here a 3-point bonus game, but I had to pick and choose because we can't have that many 3-point bonus games. We have the number 1 seeded Villanova. 32 wins and 4 losses. And they are playing the number 3 seeded West Virginia, who has 26 wins and 10 losses. This is a Friday night game on TBS. I can tell you I got Villanova moving on. I'm most positive of that. Villanova for the win. Because I believe my final, I have Villanova playing Michigan. That's how it ended up in my finals. All right, our next game. These guys are still alive. The number 2 seeded Duke. They have 28 wins and 7 losses. They are playing the number 10 seeded Syracuse, who has 23 wins and 13 losses. This game is being played Friday night at approximately 9:37 p.m. on CBS. I don't think I had either one of these teams. Oh, I did, actually. I had on my bracket I have Duke moving on. I'm going to put it down because I had him moving down in my bracket. I'm not so sure about this. This could be a very good game. Obviously, I went with my bracket pick because I didn't even have Syracuse making it on. But Syracuse has proven they can get it done. So I'm thinking this is going to be a good game to watch, guys. and I really have a hard time deciding who I think's truly going to win. I just put my bracket pick down because that's what I had. So I'm going to go with that. But I don't feel 100% confident with that pick. I think it's anybody's game. All right, our last men's Sweet 16 game. We have the number 2 Purdue Boilermakers with 30 wins and 6 losses going into the series. And they are playing the number 2 seeded Texas Tech. 26 wins and 9 losses. This is a Friday game at 9:57 p.m. on TBS. Guys, this could be another really good game, but I'm pretty sure I had Purdue in my bracket. Oh, apparently I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. There they are. Alright, I had Purdue moving on in my bracket. So I'm going to go with Purdue. Although I feel like this is going to be another really good game, to be honest. Messed up my sheets. Okay, guys. So that's where we're at with the men's March Madness games. But hey, guys, I also put on here this week some first round action of the Sweet 16 for the women's NCAA tournament because we all love basketball. So I haven't really heard as much. I haven't been following the women as well as I should. I know Michigan got knocked out already. Didn't make the Sweet 16. But here are the teams I have for you. Excuse me. These are Friday night games. And our first game is the number 4 seeded NC State Wolfpack. They have 26 wins and 8 losses. And they are playing the number 1 seeded Mississippi State, who has 21 wins, 12 losses. This is a Friday game at 7 p.m. I couldn't find anywhere where these games are being televised. However, the first round action up to the way they were showing them on ESPN2. So maybe these games will be on ESPN2. I'm not 100% sure about that. Sadly, the women's basketball and the women's bracket, it obviously doesn't get the same kind of attention as the men's. So I can honestly say I'm not one that pays as much attention to women's basketball as much as I should. In fact, I honestly didn't even think about filling out a women's bracket. I should have. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm feeling like the NC State Wolfpack might be able to pull this game off. I'm giving the win to them. Our second women's basketball game of the night. We have the number 1 seeded Oregon State. At this point, they have 25 wins and 7 losses. They are playing the number 2 seeded Baylor Lady Bears, who have 33 wins and 1 loss. This is a Friday game at 7 p.m. also. Man, these are some good teams. I don't know, man. Baylor Lady Bears, a number 2 seed, and they have 33 wins and 1 loss. I'm thinking for that reason alone, man, I got to go with the Baylor Lady Bears. All right, next game I have on here. I got Scooney's team on here. Your women appear to be doing better than your men did this year, Scooney, because number 3 seeded UCLA Bruins have 26 wins and 7 losses. This is going to be an extremely good game as well, because they're playing number 2 seeded Texas, who have 86 wins and 6 losses. This is a Friday night game, 9 p.m. Tough call here. I don't know, Scooney. Your boys let me down and messed up my... Well, I didn't really mess up because it was a premier get-into game. So I'm not feeling too confident about the Bruins. I'm going with Texas. And your last Friday night action games for women's Sweet 16 action. We have the number 4 seeded Stanford. They have 24 wins and 10 losses. They are playing the number 1 seeded Louisville, who has 34 wins and 2 losses. This is a Friday night game, 9 p.m. I gotta go Louisville. They have a really good record. That's what I'm basing it on, by the really good record. The Sweet 16 for the women's action continues on into Saturday night as well. There was 4 games, I think, for Saturday night also. I don't have those games right now. Maybe I'll try and preview them on the information part of the show. But we're moving into some college baseball action. College baseball action is at full steam ahead. Regular action going on for those guys now. Guys, as of the recording of the show Wednesday night here, we are 9 days away from Major League Baseball. 9 days away. Actually, we're 9 days away from the Tigers opening up their season. I think it starts... We'll have to look that up before the end of the show. I think it's the 29th or 30th is opening night. But this is college baseball action. This is a rivalry game, and it's also your second 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. And the rivalry game. We have those pesky MSUers with 6 wins and 12 losses. And they are playing the world's greatest college team of all. That's right, let's hear it. The boys in blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go blue. Michigan comes into this game with 7 wins and 10 losses. Game is at 4 p.m. Friday. I got the Go Blue boys. Let's hear it. Go Blue! Our second game of the week. We have the 4 wins and 13 losses. The Toledo Rockets. And they are playing. Traveling to and playing against the 9 wins and 8 losses. That's right, the Western Michigan boys. This is a Friday game at 3 p.m. A little cold out there for baseball. We'll see how it goes. I've got Western Michigan for the win. Next up, we have the 5 wins and 5 losses Alma. They're on the road traveling to, that's right, the 5 wins and 3 losses, our home team, the Adrian Bulldogs. This is a Saturday game at 1 p.m. I gotta go with our Adrian Bulldogs. Next up, we have the Michigan team of Dearborn. They have 3 wins and 17 losses. Ouch. They're traveling to Adrian to play Siena Heights, who have 9 wins and 19 losses. This is a Saturday game at 1 p.m. I'm giving the win to the Saints. And your final men's college baseball game, we have, it's Trevecca Nazarene, if I'm pronouncing that right. They have 12 wins and 10 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Coach Gordy and his son's team, Hillsdale College. They are struggling. They have 7 wins and 13 losses. But because it's our good buddy Gordy and the gang, I've got to go with Hillsdale College for the win. All right, moving into softball action for you guys. Can't forget about the ladies. And they are, our first game is, once again, the Go Blue girls. Go Blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Greatest college anywhere. We have the 22 wins and the 6 losses. These ladies are tearing it up and kicking butt. They're traveling to and playing Iowa. who has 12 wins and 10 losses. This is a Friday game, 5 p.m. And you can watch this game if you want to on the Big Ten Network. I've got the Go Blue Girls. Go Blue! And next up, we have the Western Michigan ladies. They have 13 wins and 12 or 11 losses. And they're playing a pretty good Kent State, who has 12 wins and 9 losses. This is a Friday game at 3 p.m. I got to go Western Michigan for the win. Next up for the ladies, we have not so good 3 wins and 10 loss Bluffton. They're on the road traveling to play our Ladies of Adrian. That's right, the Adrian Bulldogs. They have 6 wins and 4 losses. This is a Saturday game at 1 p.m. Oh, I am going with Adrian Bulldogs. Next, we have Siena Heights ladies in action. Siena Heights ladies are 6 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Trevecca Nazarene. No, I'm sorry, wrong one. They are playing the Culminate of St. Joseph Crimson Waves. They have 7 wins, 12 losses. This is a Saturday game at 1 p.m. I got to go with the Saints for the win. And your final ladies softball game, NCAA softball game. Uh-oh, what did I do with it? Oh, the presses. I'm missing one of my logos. We'll go back and borrow one here. Same schools. Just a second here. There it is. We have the Lady Chargers, 6 wins and 6 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Trevecca Nazarene. These girls are pretty good. They have 13 wins, 5 losses, and 1 overtime loss. I've got to go. For the ladies, I'm going to go with Trevecca. Yes, ladies, Trevecca Nazarene, they have a really good record, so. Creeping into minor league hockey action. We have the 32 wins, 23 losses, 7 overtime losses. The Grand Rapid Griffins. And they are traveling to and playing against the 30 wins, 19 losses, and 14 overtime losses, the Iowa Wild. This game is being played Friday night at 8 p.m. And you know who I got? Let's go Griffins! Let's go Griffins! Let's go Griffins! And your last minor league hockey action, we have the 24 wins, 30 losses, 10 overtime losses, the Brampton Beasts. And they are traveling to and playing against our 44 wins, 15 losses, and 5 overtime losses. That's right, we got the Toledo Walleye. Let's go Walleye. Let's go Walleye. Let's go Walleye. Walleye for the win. Got 2 regular season NHL games for you this week. We have the struggling, very much struggling, 26 wins, 35 losses, 11 overtime losses. You're killing me, Detroit Red Wings. Killing me. They are traveling and on the road playing against the 43 wins, 22 losses, 7 overtime losses, the Toronto Maple Leafs. You're killing me, Red Wings. Gonna cost me points, but I still gotta go. I'm loyal to the Detroit Red Wings. And your final NHL hockey game this week, we have the Vancouver Canucks. 25 wins, 38 losses, 9 overtime losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the we got the 39 wins. Dun, 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 dun. And the 28 losses. Dun, 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 dun. And the 5 overtime losses. That's right, that would be your St. Louis Blues. I've got to go with my St. Louis Blues. But you guys already knew that. All right. I have as the last official game of the week doing one preseason baseball game this week, and of course it would be because this is spring ball, as I say every week. Spring ball, they don't really keep track of the scores. If you go to the NBA, the National Basketball League, I said it again, can't get it right. Baseball. If you go to the baseball website, Major League Baseball site, they don't even keep track of preseason games. I have to go through and count the games to figure out the records myself. So, with that being said, these games have no real bearing other than fun for us to choose. But I'm getting super excited about baseball season, so it's going to be cool to see them get into regular season soon. The Philadelphia Phillies, they have 8 wins and 12 losses. And they are playing our 9 wins and 12 losses, the Detroit Tigers. And this is a Saturday game. 1:01 p.m. is when you can watch, or you can't. Well, you can watch this game. These games should all pretty much be on, if you have the MLB Network. They carry all the preseason games. Or you can listen on 97.1. I believe they carry the radio station 97.1, the ticket. They carry all the Detroit games as well. I've got the Tigers winning the game. And I am looking forward to see what our new coach can do this year. A little scary when you don't have a ton of your guys coming back. I still, for the record, in the end, think it was very wrong for us getting rid of Verlander, even though he's got a got a ring now. I'm sure he's not missing us at the moment. This week's NASCAR race. Let's look up info on that. Not even sure where the race is at this week. Let's find out for you guys. Apparently they're at Martinsville Speedway this week. Yes. Martinsville Speedway is where the race is at. Sunday, March 25th, 2 p.m. on FS1. And I'll be going with my usual NASCAR racer, Kyle Busch, who has been getting me points every week so far from the races. But this race, once again, is at Martinsville Speedway. It is at 2 p.m. Sunday on FS1, if anybody's interested in NASCAR racing action. Just a few things that it looks like are going on in NASCAR action. Hemrick to bring back the number 8. Daniel Hemrick is bringing back number 8 in Monster Energy Series debut. After a 9-year hiatus, the number 8 will hit the track once again in the race. It was the number made famous by Dale Earnhardt Jr. during 9 seasons competing for his late father. And that's all I know about that. Paint for the paperclip is becoming popular at NASCAR right now. Paint scenes are being unveiled at the Speedway. Well, that wasn't a very interesting story. Okay. let's jump on over to the Frenzy page, and I'll see if I can get you guys some information and news updates as we have them Wednesday night for you guys here. Let me check it out. I got some big news here. Let's go to the page. And as always, all information I give you is usually posted on the Sports Frenzy Facebook page, or you can also look us up at Sports Frenzy 1 for our Twitter feed. It's also a good place for valuable information. Lots of action going on in the Detroit Lions camp right now, as Detroit Lions are signing people right and left. We just picked up defensive tackle Sylvester Williams off the free agency market. Signing to the squad, also we have unrestricted free agent tight end Luke Wilson. So welcome to the Lions, guys. Some big information coming out of Lansing. People questioning whether Tom Izzo will be coming back to coaching next season. He had a talk with Nurse Mary Markle today, and she was telling me that she doesn't feel he should give up yet. But there are some very unhappy Michigan State fans out there who are calling for his head. So, I don't know. What do you MSU fans think out there? Is it time for Izzo to hang up his coaching thing and to move on? Stay tuned for news with going on in MSU camp. You can find a full interview on him on the Sports Frenzy Facebook page. Congratulations goes out to Jeremy Fielder, who has been named the new Clinton head football coach. Fielder was one of the assistant coaches and a one-time player in Clinton. So congratulations goes out to him as he starts his career as a new football coach. Michigan hockey is on the road in the regionals, and the obstacle standing in their way is Worcester. So stay tuned for more information on that. Michigan has announced their spring game this year, coming up not too long from now. Will be played at night under the lights, so it's going to be a night game. I don't think we've done one under the lights yet. April 14th, 7 p.m. is the date for the spring game. And you will also be able to see it live on the Big Ten Network. So you'll get to look at some of the new Wolverines and such. And also coming out later, if you have Amazon Prime, there is going to be a Michigan documentary coming out. So, this still leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but apparently, well, not apparently, it has happened. The corner, formerly the home of the original Tiger Stadium, has now been completely redone with fake turf, and what was left of Old Tiger Stadium is been completely abolished, except for the old flagpole. So the classic old flagpole from the stadium is still there, which had been flown by the Nevins Field ground crew taking care of it for a while, but now is being taken care of by PAL. But there's a story on it in the Free Press about the famous flagpole, so you can check that out on our Facebook page. Congratulations goes out to WWE wrestling legend Daniel Bryant. Apparently has been cleared to go back to wrestling. This is huge news. He was super emotional about it and super excited to be able to wrestle again. It has not been said when he will actually have his first match. Some people are speculating it might be at WrestleMania. Adrian College men's hockey captain Matt Thomas will be making his professional debut with the Indy Fuel this weekend. Deshaun Sneed is excited to have signed with the Detroit Lions. Congratulations goes out to WWE superstar Mark Henry, who will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And I think that pretty much catches you guys up on everything that I have for you information-wise right now. But again, just know that something big and breaking could be happening that I might post. That's why if you have a Facebook page, you need to join us on the Facebook page so you can always get the breaking news of what's happening in the land of Sports Frenzy. We try to break it as quickly as we get it, or as some of the other sports channels post the information. We try to break it like that for you guys as well. So we try to keep the Sports Frenzy page happening with up-to-date information and news. It's hard some days, especially when some of this breaking news happens when we're actually working. So we do our best to keep up to date on all that. And again, you can just find Sports Frenzy on your Facebook. Just ask to join. One of the administrators, there's a few of us, will approve you quickly. It's usually quickly and pretty painless. Or you can follow us on our Twitter feed at SportsFrenzy1. Well, guys, I know a lot of you guys I will see throughout next week, but there won't be another show until after we get back from Easter break. So, with that being said, I want to wish everybody has a happy Easter, and get out there and enjoy the games. March Madness is in full strength, still going strong. Get out there and enjoy family time, friends, and games. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone. I love you all. Thank you so much for your continued participation and helping me make the show what it is. I couldn't do any of this without you guys, and that is the truth. And we'll see you again in a few weeks. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone, and have a great time.